Hi, my name is Damien, and this is Ask Damien. The first thing we're going to do today is give you the spiritual weather report. There's an old Chinese proverb that goes like this: May you live in interesting times. Now, some people would consider this a curse, but the truth is, these interesting times are signaling a new development in our whole planetary energy system. Without going into the scientific side of this, yes, there's a huge energy coming to the planet, and it's going around the planet, and it's affecting everything. A lot of you who are sensitive have noticed this already. A lot of you, even while you may be sensitive, don't know what's going on. So here's what's going on. This energy is designed to bring up things inside of you that need to be kind of washed or transformed in some way. For a lot of us, it's letting go of old things, old baggage, old thoughts, beliefs, belief systems that we no longer need. So this tremendous volume of energy is coming through us all the time, and it does have an effect on us. Some of us may feel like it's too turbulent. Maybe even it's a negative thing. Actually, it's very transformative. That means it can transform old into new. So there's a lot of rebirth going on. Now, this new energy does support an increased awareness. However, with increased awareness, we also notice the negative. Some of us are moving towards this negative, really focusing on it. I want to invite you to focus on the positive. So when I sense the energy, I can sense a really big division or a big chasm, or in any case, it's like a tug of war with a rope. So, there's one side, a bunch of people tugging the rope, and the other side, there are people tugging the rope the other direction. Actually, this is a little bit like fighting the energy. It's a little bit like swimming upstream, kind of difficult swimming upstream. In fact, funnily enough, the water will feel colder to you and more uncomfortable when you try to swim upstream. So now is the time to make your choice. Am I going to go towards the positive, or am I going to go towards the negative? And what you're going to notice is, even if you choose one way or the other, there will still be this tugging in both directions. So try to enjoy this a little bit. Try to sit back a little bit, relax into it, and go with the flow. Go with the flow of your own stream. Try not to fight so much. I do know what it's like to fight. I've done it myself. It's a letting go. It's not really drifting. It's going with the flow. So please, from now on, notice, are you going with your flow? Are you letting the water of your life's river carry you in the right direction? Or are you sinking? Or are you rising in your flow? I invite you to check all these things out and keep noticing. That's the spiritual weather report for today. Our question today comes from someone I know very well who lives now in Berlin. So the question is, my relationship keeps being a struggle with lots of ups and downs. Hey, a lot of us have had that, right? I feel like I've tried everything to make it work, including stop trying. That sounds good. It's not bad enough to leave, though. In fact, we have a lot of super happy moments and similar ideas about life and our future. I just really miss a good moment of joy and ease and feeling welcome and appreciated. Actually, he does suffer from depression just a little bit. Is there anything I have to work on my side? Or is there anything else that will help me accept him the way he is? Or are we just never going to get happy? This is a really good question, and I'm sure that a lot of you who are watching this can relate to the question from this client of mine in Berlin. Many of us are living in relationships where not everything is harmonious, not everything is balanced the way we would like it to be. We would like maybe more love, more appreciation, more acknowledgement. or just a little bit more presence from our partner? Well, let me look specifically at the energy of this person in Berlin. What I see is it's important for this person to be herself and at the same time be in her heart. So being yourself means doing things your way, thinking things your way. Being in your heart means you have room or space for the other person to be the way they are. And this is a daily thing to practice. This is a daily practice, you could say, to repeat and repeat and repeat. Now, keep sending out those good thoughts to the other person. You can even practice blessing the other person. And as I've mentioned before, you can practice hugging the other person. Hugging and blessing tend to be two of the most best healing methods that we have. And they're quite simple, really. Another thing you can do, if your partner is male, is to give him just your blessings, but also lots of compliments, because he will like it. In fact, what I read specifically in this client's energy is the more compliments, the better. That tends to support the other person's own feeling about themselves, their own certainty and security, even their feeling good about you. So, client in Berlin, please practice giving more compliments to your partner if he's male. And if he's not male, well, compliments go a long way also with females. So the point is, here's what I read. Give compliments, be patient, and in your mind's eye, meditate on, and I don't mean hours-long meditation, but from time to time, take a break, close your eyes, take a few good breaths, and imagine him being just the way you want him to be. Also with the knowledge that he's going to be how he is. He has his way that he wants to be. And then practice some patience. Let it flow. And at the same time, you better keep doing your thing. There's no certainty out there right now, but there is a lot of love in the air. Spread that around a little bit, and things will keep working out for you. Thanks for your question, client in Berlin. Next week, another question. Today's energy tip has a lot to do with how to make a decision. Many of my clients and friends have asked me, how do I make decisions in these times of such high energy? How do I know what's right for me? How do I know which way to go? That isn't always easy, is it? Even people who are really sensitive often don't know which way to go or if they're taking the right steps. Well, often I'll say to people, because I read it in their energy, take the step that's right in front of you. But how do I know if that step is right for me? It's a very, very good idea to use the following method. So this is the tip. It's coming now. Find a quiet time when you can be by yourself. Close your eyes and imagine how it would feel to be exactly in the right place. Now, you don't even have to know what the right place is. Just imagine I'm really in the right place at the right time with the right people. Just imagine the feeling of it. Kind of go into the feeling. It might be a feeling of certainty. Maybe there's also the feeling of joy, of accomplishment, of security, the security of knowing you're in the right place at the right time. Get in touch with that feeling. Now, the advanced part of this is bring into your mind the choice that you have in front of you. Now, for a lot of us, it's not a choice. It's more something like a big blank spot. Well, if it's a blank spot, bring in the blank spot. How do I do this? Well, imagine you're sitting in an empty room. maybe you imagine a table in front of you and you look at the table to see what's there. Maybe there's a piece of paper. Maybe there's even a computer screen and you can see something on the computer screen. Or maybe there's an empty picture with nothing in it, but it starts to fill in with just the right thing. By the way, you don't have to imagine visual things. You can also imagine just the feeling. Often that's enough to allow us to determine which way is the right way for us. If it feels good, do it. Some of you have heard that from maybe it's way from the 60s, even the 70s. Yeah, if it feels good, that might be just the next step for you, the perfect next step. So it's important now with all of this energy to begin to make the right choices. This also means letting go of the wrong choices. Some of the things in our lives we definitely will want to let go of as we rebirth ourselves, as we walk into our new life. Your new life doesn't have to look completely different than your old life, by the way. And it's not that your old life wasn't good enough. Your new life, however, will have even more of your true purpose in it. So, as I've often said in the Spiritual Weather Report, this is a time to do that. The tip is go into yourself to discover what feels good and what doesn't feel so good. If it doesn't feel so good, maybe you should shy away from it. Maybe wait up on it. Maybe not invest too much in it. If it feels good, try it out. A little bit like going to the car lot and looking at cars. And you notice that you really have a strong attraction to one of the cars, and you take it out for a spin. You take it out for a test drive. By the way, life, of course, is not a test drive, but it is a lot of trial and error, a lot of trying things out. And if it feels right, take the next step, and the next step, and the next step. This is Damien Laughrey with Ask Damien. See you next week.